is sure to be a circus of an eyeshadow palette collection and declutter video. It's gonna be long, kids, so strap in, get yourself some snacks, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be long. First, we are just gonna go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to be showing at the very end of the video a count of how many palettes total I have, how many I decluttered, and so then what my final palette count is at that point. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna try to get through this quickly because I already know it's gonna be super long. So we are starting with my entire Juvia's collection, because that was what I ended my last declutter and collection series with, or collection, whatever it was. And so I figured I would go ahead and start with that and just move that through that really quickly, and then go through the other stuff, maybe slightly more in depth, but it's still not gonna be, it's not gonna be swatching and all that kind of stuff. So let's just dive right in. I will start with the palette that developed my love for Juvia's place. I can't even speak because I just love it so much. I don't know, I just can't speak. But this is what started my love for Juvia's to begin with. I won this palette from Alyssa Pope, and yeah, I never looked back after that. So this is the Nubian. This is the original, the OG Nubian, and it is a gorgeous bronzy browns kind of palette. Love it, yay. I'm not doing these in really any particular order, somewhat, but not really. Okay, this is the Nubian 2, and it looks like this. Beautiful earth kind of tones with some jewel tones in there. And this is the Nubian 3 Coral. Looks like this. Grays, corals, silvers, gorgeous. This is the Tribe. This is one of my personal favorites. And oranges and greens are my favorites to wear, so you can see why that might be one of my favorites. This is the Deuce. This is a much different color scheme, much lighter, softer, very pretty. This is the Festival. One of my favorite cover art is this one. I don't know why, but I just love it. And these are the shades. Love, love, love them. This is the Zulu. This is one of my all-time favorite Juvia's palettes. I've used a ton. Beautiful. This is the Nomad. This is a much more, you know, toned down, which I definitely love, and more so lately. This is the Afrique. Nice and colorful. This is the Saharan 2, which I must not have the original Saharan. I totally thought I did, so I'm very confused by that. But this is what it looks like. I swear I have the Saharan, so I have no idea where that's at. This is very troublesome to me, so I'll have to figure that out. Okay, I know I do. That is so bizarre. Anyway, I have the Masquerade Mini. Looks like this. Really fun purples, but there's also great browns, blues. The Magic Mini, which my future daughter-in-law Noelle got me for my birthday. Was it last year or 2 years ago? 2020, I think. Pretty sure. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that. That Buzo green shade, if you can tell, I have used that quite a bit. Then I have this little, the Disco Party Fumi and Juvia's Place. I would say this is my least favorite. I got it in a Juvia's mystery box, but it's okay. Still happy to have it. This is the Nubian Glow. I got this in a set with 2 lip balms from my cousin Debbie. Gorgeous, because I love oranges. It makes such a beautiful look. Well, you can do more than one look, but you know what I mean. This is the Chocolates. Looks like that. The Nudes. Looks like this. Definitely need to bring in a darker shade for this. This just doesn't quite do it in terms of being able to deepen it up. The Berries. Very beautiful. The Violets, another favorite. that. The Queen palette, this is also Fumi and Juvia's, like the disco one was Fumi as well. But I love this color scheme. Beautiful. And then the Wahala, which is a very fun, colorful palette. I particularly love these two rows right here. And then my newest Juvia's palette, I kind of got it from two people because I did get it from two people, but then I exchanged one for something else and that kind of thing. But that is the Juvia's Culture palette. I received this for my birthday this year from my cousin Debbie, Debutante, and from Clara Barrera. And so I am so thankful to have such wonderful friends who know me so well. And so they both got me this beautiful palette. So this is what she looks like. And oh my goodness, she's a stunner. Super fun colors. And I am so happy to have her as part of my Juvia's collection. And I swear I have the Saharan, but all of my makeup is right here. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So if I find it, I'll tell you, or maybe I don't have it. Maybe I need to look because I might not actually have that one for some reason and just don't realize it, which would mean I would need it, right? You can't have the Saharan 2 and not the original Saharan. That'd be weird. Ding, ding, ding. Found it. I knew I had it. I'm like, that is ridiculous because I had it with my, I have the Saharan blush palettes, volume 1 and 2, and I had stuck it with the, it got stuck over with the blush palettes. So this is the Saharan. I'm like, I know I have that palette. Oh, goodness gracious. And this is what it looks like. So yes, that is my entire Juvia's collection. All right, now on to the rest. Editing me, having to pop back in. You'll see me pop in twice in this video because I don't know what I'm doing. I missed all 3 of my Warriors palettes. They were sitting right in front of me, but I didn't show them to you. So this is the Warrior, which I've been using on repeat lately. Love this palette. The Warrior 2, which is an all matte palette. Beautiful. And the Warrior 3, which I have not used yet. All 3 of these came from my cousin Debbie in our 12 days of Advent gifts collab. And so, yes. So those were my 3 Warrior palettes as part of my Juvia's collection. Okay, now on to the next part. Okay, now that you've seen my entire Juvia's collection, which I am not getting rid of any of it, we are going to get into the rest of my eyeshadow palette collection. So we are going to go ahead and just hop right into this. You guys, I'm going to try to be brutal on this part because, like I said, I'm not getting rid of any of my Juvia's. And there's just a lot of things that I don't really use. And I really want to be able to enjoy my collection and get into the things that I really do enjoy a lot. So that is what we're going to do. And that's just how things are gonna go. So here we go. So first off is just this fun Tasty Burger Grilled Cheesy palette from I Heart Revolution. I got it purely for the packaging. However, I did do a look with it when I first got it. Actually, I think I might have done a couple looks. And it actually is a pretty good little eyeshadow palette. And this one I'm keeping pretty much mostly just because of the packaging, because I want to, and even the outer packaging, how it's like a takeout box. So I think that's super cute and I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. I've got my Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding eyeshadow palette that I got from Kate from Scotland. And I won it in a giveaway that she did. I actually, you might be able to tell, I don't know if you can or not, but I actually do use this palette quite a bit. It makes a very quick, easy eye look, and that's always just pretty and simple. And so I really enjoy that one, and it's from Kate, so I'm keeping it. Ooh, we got some good thunder going. My son drumming and thunder going, yeah. If you hear that, you hear that. And then we have the Kira Duo Kira Beauty You Had Me at Aloha palette. This I just recently got from my cousin Debbie. Well, it was at Christmas time. But I just recently did a video with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I am keeping it. I have a few Morphe palettes. First of all, I have 3 of the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault that she did. The one just never really called to me, but then since then I do like it. So if I ever acquire it, I would be happy to have it, but otherwise I'll just stick with these 3. But the first one I bought for myself, and it was the Dark Magic, and it looks like this. And I really like the colors. I feel like they're very unique and just, yeah, I like them. So I'm keeping it. And the Second one I got was Armed and Gorgeous that I got from my friend Leanne Soreo. And this one actually is my favorite of the three. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I love me oranges. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, now you do. And then this is Ring the Alarm, which actually my mom got for me for Christmas a few years ago. And I love these shades too. So, yes, I'm keeping all of those. And like I said, Bling Boss is the other one. It had more like purples and pinks, which I didn't used to really gravitate toward, but now I do. So, yeah, maybe I'll pick it up at some point because I think it's still around, or even on Poshmark or something. But for now, I'm happy to keep these three. And then I have two bigger Morphe palettes. I have the 35S Sweet Oasis. I actually won this from Christy Hosier, who hopefully is coming back to YouTube very soon. This palette is stunning. I have gotten every single look I've done with this. I have absolutely loved. So definitely keeping that. And I don't typically love bigger palettes, but I love that. And then the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. And this was sent to me by my friend Christy Pope for Christmas. And oh my gosh, you guys. Again, I've used this thing so many times and get the most gorgeous looks out of it. Next up, I have two Makeup Geek palettes that I had bought the singles and created the palettes. I recently moved them around because I had them configured one way, and then I decided to put kind of all the neutral kind of shades in one palette and then the more colorful shades in the other one, like that. I'm so torn on these because Makeup Geek went out of business or is going out of business. I'm not sure if it's totally gone yet. And that way it kind of makes me want to keep it. But at the same time, I don't really, like, I never really fell in love with these shadows. So I'm going to move them to a maybe pile. But again, I said I'm going to be brutal. So these are going to a maybe pile, but we'll see what happens there. Then I have these Classy Cake Cosmetics palettes. She's no longer in business. But when she was, I had put together these palettes from different shades that she had. So here are some, and they're really pretty. They're all shimmery. And then this palette has the shades. So she made one in the color that is like my favorite type of shade to wear, like an orange with a like a little bit of a gold reflect to it. And so she named it Glamburger, which she just put little stickers to tell you. But then also she had named shades after some other YouTuber friends of mine. So this middle one is Leanne, for Leanne Soreo, and then this one down here is Nona, and My So Called Life 77. So yeah, this one I'm going to keep simply because it has those shades in it, my Glamburger shade and then Leanne's and Nona's. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't keep it, but it has sentimental value to me. But this one, I really have no attachment to, so I'm gonna let that go. This is just a little few fun shadows that my cousin Debbie sent me, Debutante, and so I have those in there, and they are very pretty. This one is super fun, just all over the lid with a simple like crease color, but they are all very pretty, and Debbie sent them to me, and I want to keep them, so I am. Next up, I have two Moira Cosmetics palettes that I won in a giveaway last year by Mother's Day. And each of them come in like a little pouch like this with some stickers. And so the first one I'm going to show you is Pretty Little Thoughts. And these are the shades in there. And they are fun. I really enjoy, there's some kind of unique shades in here that I really like. I really like this really dusty blue. It's very pretty, just like underneath the lower lash line. And and I like the oranges in it are bright and fun. So I think I'm going to keep this one because I also like that it has like the browns and stuff too. So you can do like a little more of like a not super crazy look with it. But the Garden of My Mind palette has, I mean, it is just straight up bright. It obviously does have a couple like, you know, more neutral, but for the most part, it's super, super bright. And I'm not really drawn to it, like anything about the palette. It doesn't really speak to me. So I am going to go ahead and keep the Pretty Little Thoughts, but I'm going to let Garden of My Mind go. Next, we have the Pure Visionary palette. This, I think, might have been the first palette that my cousin Debbie sent to me. And it looks like this. And to this day, I love it. It is such a gorgeous formula. It is like, the shadows are so creamy and they create the most beautiful looks. So I am keeping that. Debbie also sent me this You Can Be Living Coral palette, and that is a company from that you can find them on Amazon, And these are the shades, and I just recently pulled it back out and did a look with it again and was like, yep, I still really like it. So I'm definitely keeping that. I have another You Can Be palette that I use constantly. It's the My Honey palette, and I'm so sad because all the little palettes that they had like this, there were like 4 different ones. They show out of stock. So I don't know if they're ever going to come back because every time I look, they're still out of stock. But this palette gets used like mad. And I had really wanted the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette, and just the cost of it and stuff I never was going to splurge on. And this is very similar to those shades. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a dupe for it. And so I am so happy to have this palette because, like I said, I use it all the time and I love it. In fact, I think I just hit pan on one of the shades the other day and I was like, no. I have the Milani Gilded Jewel palette. This was also from Christy Pope. And it looks like this. I have used this several times as well. Very pretty. It does have a lot of fallout, so being mindful of that, I do my eyes before my makeup for sure, face makeup when I'm going to use this, and just use some of the NYX glitter glue for the shimmers, and it performs beautifully. So definitely keeping that. I got this Wet n Wild Nautical Nonsense palette when we were in Florida last year for spring break, and we went to Universal Studios, and my sons saw it, 2 of them, when we were in Walmart, and insisted that I get it, and so I did. It is not the greatest quality. I don't really reach for it, but it's sentimental. It's like a souvenir from that trip, and they were so insistent that I get it that it was really cute, and so that made it extra fun. And I mean, they were at the time 15 and 18. Yeah, 15 and 18. And so pretty funny. But yeah, so I'm glad to have this and keep it. And this is the Milani Gilded Getaway. How stinking cute is this? If you don't know me, camping is one of my absolute favorite things to do. So my cousin Debbie, Debutante, she sent me this palette. I squealed when I saw this. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to take the little plastic off so you can see the pictures, the colors really well. And it does have very pretty shades. I have used this quite a few times. I love like this shade right here and this one. But just a very pretty palette that you can do very kind of neutral looks, or you can just really amp it up with some of those shimmers. So yeah, definitely love it. And I'm sorry, but like, could the packaging possibly be any cuter? I don't think so. I probably need to set up a little like cute summery theme back here pretty soon. Which, do you see my llama sleeping mask that my friend Leanne Sorreo sent me? Oh my gosh, if you have not seen it yet, I will link up here the video. She sent me some friend mail. Oh my gosh, you guys, the best. In fact, yeah, Leanne. So yes, loving it. I actually purchased this for myself off of Amazon back in like November or something. It is the ZCE and the British Museum. It's the Anderson Cat palette, and they have several different palettes. You guys, I love this palette. The shades in it are so pretty. Do you see that one down there, the way it shifts? I mean, they're just beautiful shadows. So I am so happy to have this palette. I'm really glad that I went ahead and picked it up. And if you can see, like, I mean, these are like soft, like the way some of them are like the really soft, almost putty, like, you know, like a cream shadow, but they don't crease. So they're just beautiful. So keeping that. Next up, we'll do my Gourmet Girls palettes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her palettes. The latest one that I have from her is the C'est l'Amour that she did by Valentine's Day this year. So it is a beautiful pinks and reds and, oh my gosh, like this special shade. Yes, definitely. So loving that, keeping that. The Spectre palette, she had actually sent to me as a gift. And so Christina, the owner of Gourmet Girls, sent it to me as a gift, and it is so pretty. I absolutely love this palette too. You can see where I've dipped into certain colors several times. That color right there. What's that called again? Fantasy. Yep. Love that color. There is the That Time of Year palette, and this was actually a collaboration between Christina, the owner, and then my cousin Debbie, Debutante, like I've said 100 times already, Senia, whose channel is now A Beauty That Crafts, right? Hopefully I have that right. She was Adventures of Senia at the time, so that's what it says on here. And then the Brutally Honest Beauty, who is Riri Darissa Rain, and I absolutely love her too. So I love this palette and love those ladies, and I'm so thankful to have it. It has incredible, shifty, fun, special shades. I get a ton of use out of these 4 shades right here together are just perfection. So yeah, love that palette. Then I have the Sugar Shop palette. That one looks like this, which gives me major summery vibes. And so I really love these like pinks and oranges together. Like these 2 shades together are stunning. So yes, loving that. And then this is one of my favorite palettes in my whole collection, actually. This is the Exquisite palette that she did in collaboration with Batgirl Ecta. And she is on Instagram. She's probably on TikTok too. I'm honestly not sure, but does amazing looks. I'm not on TikTok, that's why I don't know, because I'm old like that and I'm not going on there, so don't anybody ask me, because I'm not doing it. But these are the shadows in here, and you guys, there is something about this Milky Way shade, I say it every time I show this palette, no matter what other colors I put it with, it kind of like pulls a cool way that seems like it was meant to go with those colors specifically. I don't really know how to explain it, because I don't think there's anything in it that does that. It just, for some reason, looks like that every time I use it, and I absolutely love it. And this Blue Moon shade ran underneath the lower lash line when you do like a more neutral lid. Girl, it's good. So yes, I'm keeping all of my Gourmet Girls palettes. Also, I have a code. I will link it down in the description box below if you're interested. It does not make me any kind of money, so I'm not trying to make money off you, but if you use it, it saves you 10%. So there you go. Next up are my Perfusion 10-pan palettes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Okay, this is where we might come into a little bit of an issue with me trying to get rid of some stuff. So the first up is the Royals, and I'm going to be honest with you, I started pulling these out this week and using them because I was like, okay girl, you need to narrow some stuff down. So do you really like these that much, you know? And so I kind of opened up some other palettes that I thought might be similar, but some of them, they just didn't have exactly some of the shades. Like this It's Magic shade, if you can see the shift in that, it is so pretty, and I really don't have anything else like that. And this Sorcery Silver, I love. It's like a kind of a bluish silver. Well, it's silver, but when you put it like with blue, it pulls really blue. I don't know, it just looks really cool. And so I'm like, well, I have some of the other shades in other palettes. Those two are different than anything that I have anywhere else. So for that reason, I'm going to keep this one. Next up is Smoky. I actually used this the other day on my eyes and ran. So I used shades from this, which I hit pan on the shade right here, as you can see. So I, used shadows from this. I think it was this one all over, like blown out as a transition, this in the crease, and then I just put this bling on the lid, and then I ran this blue, Enigma right here underneath my lower lash line. I love to do that in neutral eye with like a pop of blue especially, but other colors too, under the lower lash line. And you guys, I loved it so much. So I do really like the tones in the Smoky palette, and so I'm gonna keep it. The Bear palette, I also get quite a bit of use out of this palette. It's just a very simple, easy go-to palette, and I appreciate that. Something that I love about these, they are $4.98 at Walmart. Well, at least unless the price has gone up, but last I knew they were still $4.98. That to take them with me camping and stuff, I don't have to worry about if something happens to them. It's under $5, you know, it's like $5. And so it's not like taking an expensive palette. Like I don't want to take like a Pat McGrath palette camping with me and risk it getting broken, you know? So, yeah, so these are the, you know, more smoky, more cool toned neutrals, where this is the warm tone. So I am going to keep that as well. Then I've got 3 of like kind of the color kind of ones. So I've got Emeralds, which has some very unique shades that I do not have in other palettes either. And so like this shade up here, it's hard to tell, but it shifts like almost a little bit of a green with the gold. And this Harlequin shade is so pretty right here. And so I'm just, I don't want to get rid of it. I love this Fern shade right here. And so I'm keeping it. I've got Rubies here, which I really enjoy some of these shades. These two I think look pretty similar, but still, these are such pretty shades. And when I'm looking for that type of color scheme to easily grab this, I don't know, it makes sense to me. So I'm going to keep that. And then the Citrine palette. I love oranges and yellows and stuff. This Papaya shade right here is like a dream to me. And I love these yellowy shades. This one pulls a little more like of a mustard, but like these shades together are so pretty. And then just, you know, one of these, I really like this one if you can't tell, shimmer all over the lid. Like it's a good palette, so I'm keeping it. And then the last one is the Spectrum, which actually my cousin Debbie did send me this. But I'm thinking because I have so many other really beautiful, bright colored palettes that she has sent me. You saw the Culture palette from Juvia's, and then that Cara Beauty you had me at Aloha has some of these similar tones in it too. And so I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. And then I have the Rose Gold Chrome palette, which looks like this. It is very pretty, but truthfully, there is not a dark enough shade in it to really darken up the outer edges like I like, so I always need to pull a different palette for that. And I also do not like glitters, so those are two like unusables for me in here. So because of that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. Another of my favorite palettes of all time is the Persona Identity palette. This is the first one, and now this is in the cardboard packaging and stuff, and it's in a plastic one now. But these are the shades. It's just a beautiful, more neutral tone palette, and I love it. The shimmers in it are amazing. The mattes are amazing. Everything about it's amazing. So I'm keeping that. And then my sweet friend Carla, oh my goodness, she heard me talking about this and how much I loved it and how much I wanted the Persona 2, Identity 2, and so she got it for me. And so thank you, Carla. And so I think this is like the type of packaging now that the original one is into. And this one is more colorful, and I have used this several times. That gold is something else, you guys. Like, oh my goodness. No joke. It's gorgeous. So I'm so happy to have both of these palettes. I am definitely keeping them. Now we'll go into some of my most recently acquired palettes. This one I had gotten right before Christmas time when I saw it on sale. This is the LA Girl Hey Hey Vacay in Under the Palms. And I'm not going to take the little plastic sheets off of these to show you the colors, but you get the idea. So there's that one, which is totally my color scheme with the oranges and greens and stuff. Love it. And then I just went, if you have not seen it and would like to, I will link up here a video for you to check out the little Ulta haul that I did with some store credit I had. And also I did a look with one of these palettes, so you'll have to look. But I'll tell you right now, today I did a look with the Pro Mastery palette. So let me open this up. I had to take my husband to the hospital this morning for a little procedure, nothing major. And this is the palette that I used. So that is what is on my, sorry, my face is super oily right now because it's been a long day. I put this on at like 6 o'clock this morning. So, and it's 4:15 in the evening. So, yes, but this is the palette I used. It did exactly what I want. I've really been into very like just softer, more simple looks, and it goes perfect with my shirt. I loved like the way the colors just went fabulous. So loving it. I also got the Pro Artistry palette, which looks like this. So again, some great neutral colors, but some fun pops of color too. Then the Nudie Cutie. This one has some super neutral tones, where the Artistry one had more, or no, the Mastery one that I showed you has some more like of the deeper pink tones in it and stuff. So this has just those lighter, more nude colors, because when I first look at it I see pink because of the background, but when you really look at the actual shadows, they are not pink. But the background makes me think of it as being like a pink palette. So, and then the Festivisti. This packaging is awesome too. The whole top part is a mirror, and this one is super fun and colorful. So yes, loving those. And now I have 3 palettes from Haus Laboratories. And the first is Love for Sale. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is one of my favorite palettes. I love this palette so much. Every time I do looks with it, I am so happy with it. So this is one of my favorites that is going absolutely nowhere. And then because I loved that one so much, I picked up the Glam Room #1. And it's Fame is what it's called. I like the packaging too. Now I do know she's doing a whole like rebranding, and it's going to be all I think like vegan and cruelty free. Well, it already was, I thought. I don't know, but she's doing a whole rebranding, so I'm really interested in seeing what that comes out like. But so this is that palette. Used it several times, really like it. Great go-to grab palette that I enjoy, like just a simple look out of. But again, you can add some color if you want. So I appreciate that. And then I haven't used this yet, but it's going to be in a video, which I realized when I was pulling this stuff out that I didn't pull out and show you the lip liner when I did my lip products, and I didn't show you the blush and highlight duo from Haus Labs that I got for Christmas when I also got this, because I'm going to do a video with them. So I had them in a separate spot than my typical places for things. So yeah, just to add an extra highlight and blush to that category and an extra lip liner to that category. And then we're all set. But this is the 4-way pay, and it's just a little quad. And I love the colors in here. It looks so fun. So I can't wait to do a video and see what kind of look I can come up with that. So obviously I'm not getting rid of it. Now I have the Laura Lee. This is in a cute little thing with little drawers, and one side is Boss Babe and one side is Party Animal. So this one is Party Animal, so it looks like this. Super bright Party Animal colors. And then Boss Babe are these colors, which this makes such a gorgeous look. I'm not gonna lie, like a couple gorgeous looks. But I never reach for this. I think because of the little drawers it's in and the fact that I just have other palettes that I really love, I never reach for these, and I keep holding on to it and I just never use it. So I'm going to let these go. Then I have the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. This is so pretty. It has the most gorgeous berry tones that I do not have in other shades. I cannot get over this blue shade. I always, you know, my eyes are just drawn to it. I really love the shimmer. So love that palette. Keeping it. I have this palette from the Balm. It's in the Balm of Your Hand, Greatest Hits Volume 2. And inside it has some different cheek colors. It's got a bronzer, it's got blushes, it's got, I think, yeah, the Mary Luminizer highlight, and then some eyeshadows. It is a really cool palette and a good way to kind of try out some of their greatest, you know, like best-selling, you know, products or whatever, colors. But I never reach for this, and so I am going to let it go. I have a few Too Faced palettes. First, I have this watermelon one, which I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's 2 pieces. And one side is the face palette, which I did not show during my like blush, highlight, bronzer stuff, but that's what that looks like. And then there is obviously the eyeshadow side, and that looks like this. And I really like the colors in there. So they, it's cute, but it's gimmicky. It doesn't like, it's not real easy to keep together. I would never like sit and hold it and trust that it's not going to fall apart. It is magnetic, so the 2 sides stick together, but it's not like, you know, foolproof, but super cute. And so yes, I will keep this. Then I also have the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice palette. This was one that they did on QVC. It's been quite a few years ago, but this palette is so pretty. It is like, it's so good. So these shades between the oranges and then like this purple shimmer right here that's dark. There's just so many good colors. This shimmer is gorgeous. Yeah, definitely love this palette. So it's not going anywhere. And my last Too Faced palette is the Teddy Bear palette, which is so dang cute. It's like a little kind of tin feeling. I think it's actually plastic, but it kind of looks like tin. And these are the shades in that. Absolutely beautiful. Again, another one that's a quick, easy grab that you know you're going to get a very pretty look out of. And so, and I love how little it is. It's just cute. So keeping it. Then I have the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy eyeshadow palette. This one is in the Glam. I can't remember what the other one was, because the other one was neutral shades. Like warm toned. I actually gave that to my mom before they left to go to Florida at the beginning of winter for her to take traveling with her. And so she loved that because those are her types of colors. And then this is like the cool toned one. And I'm actually going to give this one to my grandma because my grandma looks gorgeous. She has like white hair. She looks phenomenal in cool tones. And so I know she will love this and love like just the size of it and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that on to my grandma. I have this Lime Crime Venus Vivid, and these are the shades in there. Again, super bright, just not things that I reach for, and so it's time to let this one go. I have this Revolution Ultra Shadows, what is it called? Affirmation palette. And it has all these tiny little, and this is cool toned. Very nice. Oh, power just went out. So I guess I will be leaving off on this. Okay, so this one though, I am gonna go ahead and let go. I'm gonna see if my grandma wants this one too. Do you hear that thunder? It is shaking the house, like, yeah. So I'm gonna go now, since our power's out, and see if I need to seek shelter or something. And we will resume this when the power's back. Never a dull moment. This makes for a fun video. I'm actually okay with this happening. All right, see you guys when the power's back.